Welcome back. It's the first full trading week of 2023, and I want to take a look at the SPY Index ETF. I've just done a deep dive review on it like I do at the start of every quarter, and I call these my outlook reports because they give the outlook for the next several weeks, sometimes even months. So here you have a chart of the SPY S&P 500 Index ETF, and you can see a variety of the other markets that I have done in this review as well down here below. Now, a little tour guide of this SPY chart real quick. All of these different combinations of lines that you see are part of my loss forecasting approach, okay? This year in 2023, I decided to pull back the curtain a little bit when I share with you so that you can kind of see the tools and techniques that feed into my analysis. If you want to learn how to use them, why I use them the way I do, what they mean and more, then you can dig into my education for that, all right? But right now we have a chart here with candlesticks, each candle representing 1 day of price action. We have my RSI Power Zones indicator down below, my favorite momentum indicator. And I want to kind of take you on a quick update of where I see the SPY going now that it started to break higher. Now, I say started to because check this out. If we look at this most recent action, we can see that on January 6th, the SPY finally started to break above the December 21st range high, right? This had been capping price action since mid-December, all while the RSI power zones were just churning in that bull sport power zone. The thing is that today's action, Monday, January 9th, shows a continuation of that breakout higher, but we close back near the lows of the day. Now that's not necessarily a bearish indication, it just leaves room for the following. Very often, when there's been a consolidation range, whether it's sideways like this, or pointed tilted up, or tilted down, all right? When the market finally breaks out in one direction or the other, it usually returns to that range. It usually returns to that consolidation before truly making a sustained directional move. So if this is the beginning of an upside breakout, then I wouldn't be surprised if the SPY pulls back a little bit. In fact, I see a trend line that we can add on here, just a simple standard trend line connecting the two lows early in the consolidation. And you can see how that really helped capture the move on Thursday and Friday as well. So we could see a pullback as far as that black trend line and still see the SPY regroup and resume higher. Now, I don't have a crystal ball, so I can't know if such a pullback would be just a pullback before further upside, or if it would actually be hinting at a renewed move lower. So what I want you to watch carefully is the type of price bars that unfold into this rising trend line, as well as any momentum action that occurs on the intraday charts and even the daily chart of the SPY, okay? I don't trade the SPY every day. I focus in on the E-mini S&P 500 futures contract, so that also tracks the S&P 500, and I trade the E-mini S&P futures contract starting with a 60-minute time frame for my main analysis and then working down to intraday, 3-minute, 15-second. I'm adapting to the current market volatility with my time frame. So what we can look at is other indications that this might be actually capping out here, not a break higher, and one of those would be looking at the Gann retracement. So check it out. This break higher today, January 9th, recouped about 50% of the losses off of this December 13th high. It also tested these old bottoms, okay? That's an important Gann signal that's in my Gann trading patterns. So we can take this information and then be prepared for both sides of the coin. We can look and say, all right, in this short term, right? Those of you who are shorter term traders, maybe day traders, you can be taking advantage of any short-term weakness that unfolds, knowing that it could turn around and just be a pullback with the upside break resuming. But if that short-term weakness unfolds and doesn't resume higher and doesn't have that fuel to the upside, then you also know the levels to monitor and patterns to watch for, especially if we get any sort of daily closing break below this trend line. That to me would be the first sign that this was a false break higher and we're actually headed lower. How high? How low? Well, you can see I have various levels of resistance plotted here. They are all detailed in the report, why I selected that resistance, why I selected that support. The most important recent resistance is this December 13th high up to this 420 or so range, so this zone right here of resistance. And if instead we are seeing weakness on the SPY, then this move back to about 355, 357.81 to be precise. That's where I'd watch next for the potential formation of a pause in a down move or even a tradable price low. So there you have it, checking in on the SPY at the start of the quarter with our first official full week of trading and my having completed my Outlook reports. So if you want to learn more about how you can get access to the Outlook reports, not just for the SPY, but for all these index ETFs, futures, currencies, and even FANG stocks, just email us at support@hemaready.com. We'll be happy to assist. All right, we'll see what unfolds as the forecasts play out. Catch you on the inside.